raising taxes in 2023 and now in the Finance Bill 2024. The church has also been on the front line in saying no to these high taxes, the punitive taxes of the Kenya Kwanza government.
Yeah, that's what the opposition is saying, punitive taxes. Joining me live in the studio now is Azimio co-principal Eugene Wamalwa. Before we get to the Finance Bill 2024, Mheshimiwa, the police officers to Haiti.
Yes.
It's been opposed back and forth and back, but the government is insisting the police officers are going.
It is unconstitutional, Jeff, and we want to tell the president he's not above the Constitution. And we had him say in Washington, it is his decision. It is not. Any decision to deploy must be approved by Parliament, must be within our Constitution. And if there wasn't a Parliament in Haiti, there wasn't a cabinet in Haiti, and the necessary structures to approve, then whatever they signed with Ariel, and it never landed home. You remember, the fellow came to Nairobi, the people of Haiti told him, don't come back, stay away with that. If that is the basis of the deployment, it is unconstitutional. It has been raised in court. The court has made a finding on it, and it is unconstitutional. Yet he's going against a court ruling.
And in your words, Haiti might become Maiti.
Eventually, when this happens, and Ruto forces his way because of American dollars or other considerations, and Kenyan children are put in harm's way, and Haiti turns to Maiti, he will be held responsible, especially if it was done unconstitutionally. He will answer to it, to Kenyans.
Yeah. The other thing is the trip to the U.S.
Yes.
Private jet, $200 million, or 200 million shillings.
Jeff, it is ridiculous. It's preaching water and drinking wine. Because you cannot say, we don't have money to pay for this, we don't have money to do this. Then the taxes that you keep raising every day from poor Kenyans, you are spending these taxes in a very luxurious way. The wastage that is there, you cannot do that. Other presidents before him have taken commercial flights. I was a minister with Dr. William Ruto in Kibaki's government. Kibaki used to take commercial flights. I was also a minister with him in the cabinet of Uhuru Kenyatta. Uhuru Kenyatta used to take commercial flights. So what is so special about William Ruto that he must hire such an expensive jet all the way from Dubai? It flies in and then flies in. In fact, what Uhuru would do, he would fly to Dubai with a Fokker jet, then board a commercial flight from Dubai to the US. Here is a hustler who is saying, we are doing very badly, we don't have the money, but he would wait for the jet to come for him from Dubai to Nairobi, then fly him. Why didn't he fly with his aircraft that is paid for by Kenyans to Dubai, then connect from there? He would have saved some costs. So we are saying it is something that cannot be justified. It is also a way of the president failing to market Kenya Airways. This is the pride of Africa. It should be the pride of Kenya. Any president who is a patriot must show pride in going with the Kenya Airways, flying the Kenyan flag and marketing it to the world. We have direct flights from Nairobi to New York. If you are the president, you flew from Nairobi to New York or aboard Kenya Airways, that is marketing that airline. It is also showing how it is easy for you to have breakfast in Nairobi, then you have dinner in New York. You cannot say, oh, Kenya Airways is too expensive, when we all know that this jet is a luxurious jet. Other presidents have flown Kenya Airways. Why couldn't he do that? Yes. Let's
switch to the Finance Bill, Mheshimiwa, and it's a bone of contention. Finance Bill 2024.
Yes.
The taxes in there. You, opposition, a lot of critics, are saying they are so punitive.
They are. They are very punitive. And, Jeff, you do recall when we went to Bomas, we had a team from Azimio and a team from Kenya Kwanza. We had very serious demonstrations because many Kenyans can hardly make ends meet. Many Kenyan families can hardly put food on the table. Everything went bottom up, and the taxes went up. You remember they started by doubling VAT from 8% to 16% on fuel. That automatically send everything from the bottom up. Then now they want to introduce VAT, 16% VAT on basic essential commodities that ordinary Kenyan families use, like bread. Yeah. You also have cooking, edible oil. The minute the price of oil goes up, everything that is cooked would go up. So we are saying this government is totally insensitive. It is not listening to the cries of Kenyans. We have had the church and the Catholic Church bishops came out and told Bwana Ruto, this issue of cost of living, please listen to the cry of Kenyans. He has defied the church. We had religious leaders from the Muslim community. We had leaders from the private sector. We had civil society, the opposition. We met the bombers. What they agreed to do was to implement the memorandum that Honorable Ruto had given to Parliament to create the position of Office of Opposition with 2 deputies, create the position of Prime Cabinet Secretary, and also position of more women reps and CDF and Ward Fund. But when it came to Wanjiku, the taxes, they said they will not remove any taxes. Apparently, they had the instructions. When some of us realized these fellows had instructions that a reduction of taxes is a no-go zone, we realized that they had taken us for a ride. And their intention was, because they intended to raise more taxes this year, the trajectory, when you look at the budgetary policy statement from February, is towards increasing more and more taxes. It's going to happen. It happened in 2023. Ruto himself said, in 2024 it's happening, in 2025 more taxes will come. So the only situation that, the only solution we have now, and as Azimio we're telling Kenyans, if you'd like to see one day taxes go down, as they did in the days of Mwai Kibaki, then this Zakayo government must go.
The other thing is, you are urging all Azimio MPs to reject this. But what's to stop this bill from going through like it did last year? What's to stop it?
Well, they might have their way, and Kenyans do know that our members of parliament, and we can say this without any fear of contradiction, that when you're talking about state capture, actually, parliament has been captured. Because you remember many of the members of parliament raised issues with that finance bill. Many Kenyans, when it went through the public participation process, almost 90% of Kenyans said no to that finance bill. But the views of Kenyans were disregarded. Members of parliament who are representatives of the people were summoned to State House. They were told by William Ruto, I would like to see who is going to vote against this bill. Not even a comma should you remove from this bill. That's exactly what happened. It passed as it was. Today, we are being told that this bill, again, members of parliament are going to be told not a comma. It should go as it is. But we are telling them, at the end of the day, Kenyans are watching. Kenyans know that when the finance bill that was most oppressive, introduced by this government in 2023, came to the floor of the House, there were 88 members of parliament who stood with Kenyans. They know their names. I was in Western Kenya just over the weekend. We're burying the mother of the Navajo member of parliament, Emmanuel Wangu. And I told them, in Western Kenya, with our 5 counties, we know that in Trans Nzoia, my home county, there are 2 MPs who said yes. But there are 3 who stood with Kenyans. You go to Busia, there are 2 MPs who voted yes. They are known by these Kenyans. And you come to Kakamega County, there are 2 MPs who voted yes. Kenyans are beginning to look at who is standing with them and who is betraying them. At the end of the day, 2027 is coming. They will answer to Kenyans. And I believe also for Zakayo and his punitive taxes, his day is coming when Kenyans are going to say enough is enough.
You've also threatened mass demonstrations across the country.
Yes.
However, your leader, Raila Odinga, has been very quiet on this. What's happening?
Jeff, Raila Odinga has not been quiet. You remember we were with him in Embakasi South, and he spoke very, very strongly against Zakayo and his punitive taxes. He was very categorical. And he talked at the time when we were looking at many of the victims of the floods, but also he spoke very passionately about the insensitive and inhumane manner in which this government continues to demolish structures. First of all, many Kenyans have been affected by floods. Then, after the floods, come the bulldozers. I was in Gikomba with Honorable Kalonzo, Honorable Kioni, and our Azimio team. And Kenyans in Gikomba are crying. Their buildings have been demolished, they have been thrown out. Yet, they have been told, because you are close to the river, you must move 30 meters away. So your buildings must go. But when you go to the leafy suburbs of Runda and other areas, Jeff, where there is houses, prestigious houses are built on riparian land, they're not being demolished. So are these people in Mukuru Kwenjenga, in Mathare, in Kariobangi, in Gikomba, are they children of a lesser God? Our Constitution under Article 27 says we are all equal before the law. We cannot have a law for the poor in Mathare and other slum areas. Then we have a law for the rich in Runda and other suburbs. We cannot have that. And this is what is happening under Kenya Kwanza. And as Azimio, we have said we are going to challenge this. We are going to take legal action, as well as that power that has been given by the Constitution of the People, Article 37, for them to demonstrate against these atrocities and abuse of human rights.
Bottom line, Mheshimiwa, what's the way forward?
The way forward is for Kenyans to realize that they were duped, particularly those who are at the bottom of the pyramid. Those who are called hustlers, those who are called mamambogas. They were told this government will be for hustlers, this government will be for mamambogas. Yet, the hustler-in-chief himself, the hustler government, is the one hurting the most the hustlers down there. Those small businesses that have been destroyed, they are now realizing that probably we thought this hustler was one of us, but he was a wolf in sheepskin. Lakini Waswahili wanasema majuto ni mjukuu.
Eugene Wamalwa, good to always talk to you.
Thank you, Jeff.
Keep fighting.
Thank you very much.
For the people.
Asante sana.
Appreciate it. Eugene Wamalwa, co-principal Azimio, talking about the Finance Bill 2024 and going forward.